All right, we're waiting on Jake. There's no one here. I'm talking to no one. This will be fun for anybody that tunes in after it's posted as we wait for Jake and I get set up. Behind the... Oh, god damn it. Fucking hell. Still waiting for Jake. Still waiting for Jake. Get the Zoom set up. There's Jake. Hey.
Hey, what's up, man? Oh, I do hate that this thing is getting like right on the fucking light there. Shit.
We got a whole 2 people watching us get set up. Hello, people watching us get set up.
Let me turn your speaker off on here. I forgot to turn that down.
Yeah, and I am.
There we go. All right.
I am. I'm dumb. I forgot to bring the correct cord for my microphone. So I have a microphone all set up, but I have the wrong cable. So you're gonna hear me on Zoom or Spotify through. Actually, let me start the recording, and then I'll explain to everybody watching.
This light is driving me nuts. I'm recording in a different spot. Oh, look at that! Look at that! All unmade bed. This is fucking looking crazy. Because I looked at the Zoom camera and I'm like, oh, you can't see any of this. But now the light.
Oh, we can't swear. We'll get demonetized. Yeah, the pennies that this podcast might bring in, not much of anything. So, all right. As soon as Jake gets settled, he's in his new apartment, which is why he doesn't know the lighting layout yet. So,
we're normally doing this upstairs. My wife's teaching a class. Okay, I like it. Hang on.
All right. Well, I just hit recording in process, so. 13 people watching us get our poop together. See, I made it clean.
Look at that. Look at that.
All right.
Perfect.
Here we go. Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Madison, Wisconsin right now at my mom's house. I had a gig last night. And with me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City.
How's it going?
Well, to anybody listening on Spotify, I'm going to sound like I have a big echo because I forgot the cable for my microphone. I have a bad cable. So, yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, I'm using the open air microphone. If you're on YouTube, then you're used to this. All right.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, this only goes to Zoom. So I'm sorry. Every week, YouTube.
Oh, I could plug mine into YouTube. Wait a second. I have the right cable for that. Of course, I'll drain the battery. So now this week, there. Now YouTube is going to get to hear me very well. All right, let's jump in right away. What a fun week. Do we want to go right in with the fact that it's Trump's first week in office? Did you hear the report on how he pardoned all, 1,600 January 6th people, what are they, not defendants, but the guilty, all the rioters, all the protesters.
I mean, a lot of people are pissed off about this, but from my perspective on it is this: I'm going to get to see my mom again. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
No, a lot of people. But did you hear how he actually did it?
I think he just signed an executive order, right?
Right, but the whole thing is apparently they were going through case by case and trying to figure out who to pardon and who beat a cop, but he wanted to do everything fast, and they're like, well, wait, we haven't figured it. And the quote that is being attributed to him is, fuck it, let's just pardon them all. Like, they were going through and trying to decide whether or not they should pardon people who beat police officers, but it was taking too long. He wanted to do it day one, and so he said, just blanket, we're going to pardon them all. Like, just in that Trump style of, this is taking too long, I don't like logistics, I act on my gut. So it wasn't even a well thought out, you know what, let's do this. Who cares what they think? Or, hey, it was just literally on a whim. He decided to throw the cop beaters in with the taking a poop on a desk.
It was, dude. They were doing what he told them to do. He told them to go down there and stop the certification, man. Like, what do you know? Like, he's the leader of January 6th. Of course, he's going to pardon everybody. I don't know why anyone is shocked about this.
Paul is happy he gets to see your mom too. So there you go.
Hell yeah, dude. He's Paul's the one who red pilled my mom in the first place. Now she's going to storm the Capitol again.
Yeah. Well, after the January 6th thing, or after the pardons, he went to a church. The best tweet I saw about the sermon, the pastor. No, that's a different one. But either way, that said, hey, how about calling for mercy? And of course, he said she's a horrible horrible liberal person. The best thing I saw is where someone said, "We don't go to church to get a lecture. We go to hear a sermon." And then someone responded like, "That's literally what a sermon is." It's like, people, is there anything that people who love Trump won't get upset over? The fact that he got lightly scolded, not even scolded, just asked for a favor, like, hey, could you treat people decently? How dare she? How dare she try and spread Christ's message of love and compassion from the pulpit of a church? How dare she? It's
I
just
agree with the right wingers on this one. Let's
all
keep
right.
out of politics. Right wingers, huh? Let's keep it out. Let's keep it out this time, but we keep it out next time too. We keep it out next time abortion comes up, any kind of LGBTQ stuff. Like, yeah, we keep religion out of politics with this and all the other shit.
Oh, that's not going to happen. But you know what we do need in politics, and we'll get out of politics soon, but oh my goodness, not only did Trump and Melania drop their own Bitcoins or crypto coins or Doge currency or whatever you want to call it, but now the pastor who gave the benediction, the one who is defending Trump, a black pastor too. It always amuses me when Latinos for Trump or blacks for Trump, or when people who he really is going after um, has released a Bitcoin too. So Lorenzo Sewell has launched a meme coin following his head-turning appearance at Donald Trump's inauguration. This has brought a wave of criticism. Why? Why has it brought criticism? It should be the next expected thing. Here's the fun part. Speaking of expected, as the coin flounders. So you release a coin, people give you money so that they can buy the coin, and you just sit back and laugh. We need to release a Bitcoin. You know, Jake, we need to release
Yeah.
our own coin.
Well, I'm one step ahead of you. To celebrate the Jan 6ers getting released, I have Bitcoin of my mom taking a dump on Nancy Pelosi, and it's going viral, man. It's blowing up. Me and Paul in the YouTube comments. We started that.
Blacks for Trump. How is he going after black people? Please explain further. I don't know. What were all the executive orders eliminating DEI, erasing the bill, the Civil Rights Bill, executive signed by Lyndon Johnson in 1960.
Rid of an LBJ one. This isn't just like, oh, I'm getting rid of
this is
did.
The LBJ one apparently, and I haven't read too much about it, but is like, so hey, you can just fire anyone you want now. There are no protections for. So how is he going after? It's just called turning off conservative Newsmax and seeing what is being signed, what bills.
Yeah.
The most interesting bill I thought that he signed that I sent was, I mean, I expected the January 6th thing, fine. I expected the DEI stuff, the social warrior, great, go for it. I am a little surprised that he rescinded Biden's executive order that capped insulin prices at $35. Medicare $2 drug list model. It caps certain generic prices for
too long. I've been saying it's going to fuck the economy, this cheap insulin. People need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps or their pancreases and pay the market price for insulin. I've been tired of saying this.
I didn't see that one coming though. That was my point. Is I see all the social, not social warrior, not so, just social issues. I saw all that coming, but to go after standard people on Medicare and to have them quadruple in some cases prices for medications. Wow, that's fun. This is fun.
It's pretty nuts, man. I mean, they've, but look, the Republicans have never been the party of let's make medicine cheaper for poor people. That's never been on their campaign slogan. So again, you can't be shocked at this either. And it's one of those things like Biden did it. You know what I mean? Like there was a
Yeah.
quote that Obama had when he was talking about the Affordable Care Act during the campaign. Is he was like, Trump doesn't know what the Affordable Care Act is. He just knows that I did it. And I mean, so he's gonna get rid of stuff that Biden did. He's gonna make up a reason for doing it, even when it's stuff like this that shouldn't be a partisan issue. I don't think if you sat down anybody on the right going, "Hey, do you think that Medicare should be able to negotiate drug prices with drug companies and get them a little cheaper from everybody?" I don't think there'd be a single person going, "No, what is this shit?" Drug companies should be able to completely fuck Medicare and poor people or whatever. Like nobody would say that, but like that's what's in the bill. He's just gonna go like, well, this is communist. This whole thing where Medicare can negotiate. So yeah, it's just he did it, so he's gonna get rid of it.
If he is smart, not him, if his handlers are smart, what they will do is introduce a bill to lower Medicaid prices that has, pork policies or bullshit in it that doesn't relate to Medicare.
Right.
And when Democrats fight it, then they will turn everything on its head and say, oh, look, Democrats don't want you to have cheap Medicare prices. They can judo this. They can take away the cheap prices, then introduce a bill to give cheap prices back, and then complain when Democrats don't sign it. It's a fun game, and I hope that's what they do, because that'll be exciting.
I hear you, man. Keep talking. Keep doing the podcast. I gotta shut that door because my toddler's being a terrorist. And
oh, that's what toddlers do. All right, I'll turn to some comments. You guys should get another guy so you can be the Three Stooges. All right, fair. Wilfred Brimley would be pissed. Have we brought up diabetes? Did we? I suppose insulin is diabetes medication. What am I talking about? Hiring should be solely based on merit. DEI is a bunch of BS, in my opinion. Yeah, we talked about that last week. That DEI is a shell game. It's a con game. Probably necessary back in the day, not so much now. However, the repeal of Lyndon Johnson's civil rights executive order, that's the one that I took like, oh, he's going back that far. Opinion on Elon Musk. I don't really have an opinion on Elon Musk. I really don't think about him. I tried watching his interview once on Joe Rogan. Didn't find him that interesting. I don't understand why people hate him or champion him. Do you ever think about Elon Musk?
Probably the more recent stuff. The old the old Hitler howdy. Yeah. And I do love that people are going, he didn't mean to do it. He didn't do a Nazi salute. He did a Roman salute. Like, yeah, that's what the Nazi salute is. That's where they took it from. You know what I mean? Like, and look, you could argue like, well, he wasn't trying to do it. He's like weird and autistic and accidentally does Nazi salutes. It's like, bro, that's a Nazi salute. I don't care. I don't think he did it intentionally. I think it was more like a Freudian thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Worst case scenario.
Wait, Freud, meaning it's in him and he accidentally let it out? Is that what you're saying?
I think kind of like a fart. Yeah, dude. Like he does like Nazi shit, like kind of like, we cough. But look, you either shouldn't be near politics because you're part evil and part Nazi, right? Or best case scenario, you're really dumb and accidentally do Nazi shit. In which case you're too dumb to be near politics. Like, look, I don't think it was intentional. I don't think that Elon Musk was like, I'm going to go up there with my pouty lips and do a little pouty lip swastika thing. Like, I don't think that's what he did. I think it was accidental. In which case, I do not think that Elon Musk is a Nazi. I do not think he wants to. It is his goal to kill 6 million people. However, I feel that Elon Musk has the means and the dumbness to accidentally kill 6 million people. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
Shit, and then, whoops, I accidentally killed a bunch of people. I think that's what's going to happen with Elon Musk.
Paul says maybe he was just pointing at something with all 5 fingers. I could see that. They say he's on the spectrum, and so maybe, he just points like, oh, with full-handed.
seeing a lot of memes with right wingers going, yeah, but look at these other people's with their arms in the air looking like a Nazi sign. It's like, yeah, show the video, dude. It's not like you can wave and at some point you take the still and it's a Nazi sign. He did the full, oh, you know what I mean? Like he put
Yeah. Paul was fucking around. That was a joke. But I just saw one that I really like. I can't read the name. You guys must hate your lives Sunday morning talking tribalistic politics. I love those comments because the only people
I
who
have a
think we're
tribal
tribalist,
from the 90s, bro. Come at me.
the only people who think we're tribalistic are people who tribalistic. If you are so MAGA that the instant he is criticized, you fucking pucker up and like start throwing shade at the people talking about him, that means you're the tribalist. We're having fun here. Nobody's
Yeah, you
angry.
were tribalist. You would have kept your stupid little thumbs in your pocket and not typed that. Your tribe can suck my tribe's dick. Ooga booga.
Paul says if you need a third that is completely uninformed of most topics, just swears a lot, I'm your guy. Paul, we would have you on as a guest. I don't know if you saw, we tried to live stream with a guest. The problem is YouTube is so inept that it only allowed for one guest. So since I was the host, when the guest would come on, it would kick Jake off. And when I would bring Jake back on, it would kick the guest off. For some reason, YouTube formatting only allows for one guest. So we can't do three. What you need to do is write to YouTube and tell them to get their shit together when it comes to guests.
No, don't do that because they're going to write you back and they're going to be like those two old boomer idiots on that podcast don't know how to use this. Here's how to do it. We already, here's an instruction manual. I printed it in paper just for old fucks like them. I'm going to send it to you in the mail.
I missed something. Someone on here saying Hillary is the worst. AOC did it too. And then someone said,
yeah, I already covered that. Again, you can't take the picture of the still with somebody with their arms in the air.
That was what that was.
That's what, you know what I mean? It's the pounding of the chest and then going straight out. That's it. Here's a fun little game. If he would have either on purpose or accidentally done that to Hitler in the 40s, would Hitler have done it back? Then it's a Nazi sign. I'm telling you, man. I don't think it's weird and autistic. He did it for no fucking reason. I think it was a Freudian thing. I think he's too dumb to be in politics and too just weird and Asperger's-y to be speaking from any kind of political pulpit.
Yeah. When you go to the autism, my favorite meme I saw was a picture of a full-on Nazi rally, and then someone said, "Wow, look at all the people with autism in Germany, 1946." I'm like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, right. And it doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? It doesn't exist in a vacuum. He's letting a bunch of Nazi shit back on Twitter. He just gave. I was reading some article today. He basically. He's been dealing with this far right wing political group in Germany, and he just posted a thing saying, "Don't get so obsessed with the sins of your grandfathers and shit like that." You know what I mean? Like it doesn't come out of nowhere with him.
No. Joseph wants to know, do y'all like Trump? I don't like or hate him. I think he's a horrible politician. I don't even think he's a politician. He got elected so he could keep himself out of prison and lies because he said, I don't know anything about Project 2025. And now that he's in office, Project 2025 is basically, it's his handlers. They're just surrounding him and handing him shit they want for their agenda. He just likes being president. So I don't like or hate him.
I don't have any opinion about him. Let me just trash him for a bit here. Like, what that's your opinion. What are you talking about?
I'm just talking, the opinion would be like, oh man, I fucking hate this guy. I'm talking about what he does. He does silly, stupid things that I disagree with. He asked if I like Trump. I have no real thoughts about Trump himself or what he, who he is. I just
hey, do you think he's a fun hang? I don't think he was asking you that. I think he was asking you, do you like him as a politician? I'm guessing because he's president.
But I don't think he is like a politician. That's the whole thing. I think he just sort of wants to be president because that's what he likes to do for his ego. And that the people that he hires, the Project 2025 people, are just putting shit in front of him and he's signing it. Because when he pulled out of the World Health Organization, did you see that clip?
I did.
They're handing him a bunch of executive orders and he goes,
oh yeah, he was doing that.
Yeah, he said, what's this one? They said, we're pulling out of the, he goes, oh, and just signs it. like he doesn't know or care. Just like, yeah, these are the guys. This is what they want. I'm president. Yay.
Well, it's
So
because some of the stuff is self-explanatory, not necessarily the reasons for it, but with that one, we're pulling out of the World Health Organization. It's like, okay, I get at least what that bill does, but then he'll have some stuff where it's like, like again, obvious, like, okay, we're pulling out of the Paris Climate Accords, fine, but then
yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
like, this is a bill. This is an executive order to protect women from all this trans bullshit. It's like, wait, what's actually in there, man?
Um, I missed it. It said, I have Asperger's. I've never given the Nazi salute, real or otherwise, accidentally. You know what that the comment "I have Asperger's. I've never given the Nazi salute" reminds me of is anybody that ever when Roseanne took Ambien and said, "Oh, I'm not racist. I didn't mean," and everyone's like, I take Ambien all the time. I don't write racist tweets. It's like, yeah, you can use the Asperger's to cover the Nazi salute, but I agree with you, Jake, that it just sort of like maybe it was somewhere in the back of his mind, but I don't really know because I'm not inside his mind.
Bro, it's even weirder to accidentally do Nazi shit. Like it's even that's even weirder to me. Like, how's that even happen?
Well, let's get back into Trump executive orders because this one, I said earlier that the insulin prices surprised me. You're right. Nothing should surprise me. This one I find interesting. Executive exclusive Trump to pull nearly 1,600 Afghan refugees from flights. I don't understand how any country trusts the United States. So we have these interpreters and people in Afghanistan who worked with U.S. military to overthrow the Taliban. And just like in Vietnam, we go in and we say, "Hey, we're going to clean your country up," just like Kuwait, just like Iraq. We say we're going to help you. We need you to join us in overthrowing Saddam or to fight against China and Russia in Vietnam, and then we'll help you out. And then we never do. Then we leave them hanging. And here we have 60. The fact that they're still in Afghanistan sucks for them, but yeah, they're having their flights canceled. They worked for us. They are targeted by the Taliban, and part of his anti-immigration is they can't come here. I do not understand how or why any country trusts us when we go and say, just come with us, we'll take care of you, because we never do.
Yeah, it's horseshit, man. I mean, I wish I had something funnier to say about it, but yeah, those the interpreters helped us out over there, man. We should have their backs right now. It's
Yeah,
bullshit.
you did. How many tours of Afghanistan did you do?
On Trump's side of it, criticize anything with how the pullout went as bad as it went, because they didn't give a shit about those people hanging off those planes. Who helped us out for all those years. They didn't give a goddamn about them. So that's bullshit.
Yeah, how many tours of Afghanistan did you do? One or two? You were in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, yeah, it's a fucking disgrace that he's letting those people just rot over there.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad that I brought it up because usually you have something funny to say, but this it's close to home. This is personal for you because you worked with these
yeah,
people and you realize, yeah,
and it was disgusting the way we pulled out. Like, I mean, we did need to get out of there. That said,
yeah,
you don't pull the military out before the civilians you're trying to get out of there. Um, it was botched at every level, and by everybody going, well, it's Biden's fault. Like, Trump announced he was going to leave 2 months after he left office, but he had made no preparations whatsoever. He would have done just as bad a job. This was just a total political thing with the timing of it. Let's see. Oh,
well, and
hey,
how do we always
hey,
do that
wait,
though?
wait,
How do
wait.
we always set a deadline and then stick to the deadline without even leading up to it? And why do we announce the deadline? Why can't we like, okay, hey, soft deadline? Because like whenever a business opens, they do a
Chris,
soft
hey,
open.
Chris on YouTube. Wait, Chris on YouTube has a good one. He says it's time to let those 17 hairs on top of your head go. Yeah, no, the ones on top of here. You see, I've said that I think I said last week it's like the landing strip, on
Yeah,
a porn star's vagina from the early 2000s. The rest of these are hanging on here. Much like an interpreter who helped us out in Afghanistan, who we hanging off that fucking plane as it takes off from the thing. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. I watching those interpreters. I felt even a little bit worse than I feel looking at my own hairline right now.
Your
What's Trump
hair,
save my hairline? What's Trump doing to save the interpreters, and what's he doing to save my hairline? God damn it! He'll
your
worry about
hair,
your hairline. We know that. What about mine? What about mine?
your hairline is a living homage, a representation, a protest of Trump's actions towards the interpreters. Every time you walk around, you're like, see this hair? This is for the Afghan interpreters. This you are a walking protest with your hairline.
That's right. That's right. I've actually been plucking them with tweezers. I actually have better hair than Timmel. I've been plucking my hairs with tweezer to over the past week to make it as a protest to these executive orders screwing over the interpreters in Afghanistan.
Well, what I was saying is, why do we always, if a business opens, they have something called a soft open, and then when they have their shit together, then they have the grand opening. Why don't we have that with military pullouts where we're like, hey, we're supposed to be out of June of next year. Let's start lining up the interpreters. Let's start. We're not going to make an announcement so that we like, oh, you missed your deadline. But we start getting, and then one day it's like, oh, we only got a few boxes left. All right, we're out. Why do we always set a deadline and then fuck it up? Because the last helicopter off the roof in Vietnam. Why do we always
Well, okay, the
do?
Vietnam was different. They were getting chased the fuck out of there. There's a
That's
difference.
true.
The
Okay,
fuck out of
point taken. I forgot that one.
there.
Yes, we
Right,
we
they
did
were
lose Vietnam pretty hard. That's on me.
right, right. This was just like after 20 years of occupying the place with complete superior force in terms of the bases and all that. You know what I mean? In terms of actually the base. Now, the villages, yeah, the Taliban lived among people there, which is why they maintained control of the villages. We would roll in hot and heavy when we rolled in, but then we would go back to our fobs, and the Taliban lived among. That's the whole story of the whole thing in 60 seconds or 30 seconds, right? But this was just, we still had total control of the bases, but we were like, oh my God, we have to go now. Really?
Yeah.
Is the Taliban overrunning us like the VC were doing in Saigon? Like, no, just a deadline from the president. He doesn't want it too close to the midterms, so we got to get out now. Sorry, guys. Like, it was horrible. And like, why now? The last president said he was pulling out, but then did nothing about it. So now he's putting political pressure on him. And if he doesn't do it by the midterm, anyway, gotta go, guys. Gotta go, guys. It's too much to explain. But this is the last plane. I got to get on it. But best of luck.
Chris, thanks you for being a good sport about your hair. And Mega Mensch, I know who he is. I can't say the name. Has pointed out that Tom Brady and I both wear a wig. If I wore a wig,
Chris,
I would.
voodoo doll of you right now, and I'm poking it in the hair follicles. May your hairline look just like my hairline. I just put voodoo on you.
If I wore a wig, it would be better than this because I have thick hair, which is nice. The instant it starts getting long, I get like Orthodox Jewish curls going on. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
can't grow long flowing hair. The instant it gets poofy, it starts to curl, and then yeah, I have these spirals that come down the side of my. So I would choose a wig that had some like I could swap out and make look different. I have one hairstyle, and it's this
You,
because
you've
that
got chosen sideburns. That's what that is.
I got what?
Chosen sideburns.
Yeah, I got some going on right here. All right, let's get away from politics. Oh, I love this article. This one's stupid. All right, let's get away from politics and get into stupid. I don't. What was last week? We had a polar vortex here in the Midwest. Did you get any of that where it was like 20 below and then wind chill, or did that
Oh,
skip New
yeah.
York?
This is way
Okay. Well, USA Today.
normally as bad as Iowa's, like not even close, because we got
Yeah.
the stuff kind of equalizes it. But
USA Today gave a very helpful article dropped nationwide. 6 things you shouldn't leave in your car in freezing temperatures. When it gets below 20, below zero, and all that, you should aerosol cans. So if you're ever carrying around a thing of Lysol, don't leave it in your car. Canned beverages and foods. So your soda is going to explode. Eggs, because why wouldn't if you're just driving around with eggs in your car, if it's going to be 10, 15 below, you're going to take the eggs out. Electronics, don't leave your phone in the car overnight for no reason. Medications, okay, whatever.
well, I
But
already
here's my favorite one, number 6.
are in New York. I'm worried about a junkie smashing the window. I don't leave any of this in the car here. A junkie will smash the window and take it.
Well, here's my favorite one. At the bottom of these 6 things you shouldn't leave in your car, this it almost reads like an old Letterman top 10 list. Is loved ones. This should be obvious, but it's worth noting that children and elderly people can be more susceptible to hypothermia at cold temperatures with symptoms such as shivering, confusion, and exhaustion, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Yeah, if it's
Who
20
wrote this? Who
below,
wrote this article? Who wrote this article?
this is USA Today. Did they have an author on it? Kaylee Gleason is telling you not to leave your grandpa in the car if it's 20 below out.
Hey, listen, what you say today? All due respect. All due respect. I don't tell you people how to suck dick for ad money. All right, and clicks. I don't do that. All right. Don't you tell me how to raise my loved ones. I'm trying to
Good point.
tough. I'm trying to make them tough out there.
All right, next article. People are growing tired of the Democratic Party. Oh, I was going to get away from politics. I'm sorry. People are growing tired of the
You
Democratic
got
Party
away.
after.
Hey, you got away from it for 2 seconds.
I didn't realize this was the next article. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. It's just stupid. It's TikTok. Let's go over here. Oh,
Yeah.
Jake.
Okay. I will say about the TikTok man. About the TikTok man. I think it's ridiculous. Here's why. Here's why. Here's why. Here's why. I'm actually. Wait. What's up? What's up?
Timu Tom Brady on the left.
Timu Tom Brady. Wait. What the hell's Timu? I don't even know.
It's like Wish or Dollar Store, basically. It's like Dollar Store Tom Brady.
Nice. I like that. I like that. That's right.
Okay, go. Say what you were going to say.
So you get compared to Tom Brady in here. I get people making fun of my hairline. That's what. Yeah.
As long as they don't compare me to how he talks, because I cannot listen to that motherfucker say pass. He's gonna pass the ball. Like he spent too much time in Boston. He doesn't have the full quada yad. He doesn't have the full on Boston bullshit, but he still says pass and block.
Ball there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still the Brad Fisher. He's balding. Oh shit, is it me or yours? I'm one of us is balding, according to then to ball. I can't. My phone is in the sun, so I can't.
Oh yeah, I think I know which one of us it is. Do you really got to get out the magnifying glass and Sherlock Holmes pipe to figure out which one of us he's talking about with the bald cover? Yeah, I know. I know we sometimes get confused about who's on the right or left of the screen, but any bald jokes are at my expense. Like, come on now.
All right, go ahead on your TikTok rant, and then we'll close up with the last story.
TikTok, yeah. So it's dumb because they're sitting there going, well, China's going to steal our information through this TikTok app. I'm actually really good friends with Chairman G, and I called him up the other day. I said, Chairman, are you stealing our information through the TikTok app? He said, no, dude, I don't need to do it through the TikTok app. I made your phone. Like we made all of the phones you're using. I don't need to wait for you to download the app. I already know all your information. I see the nasty shit you're beating off to, foot stuff and tentacle porn. That's what you like. So no need to ban the app. We already have it.
And not to have a discussion that we've already had, but just for people that didn't see the discussion last time, I don't care if they see what I beat off to, because I beat off to the most vanilla porn. I am old school. Oh, look, she's blowing him. That's enough for me. I don't need the tentacle, weird step stuff. No, I am a very vanilla porn guy. So you guys can judge all you want, China. I don't care.
Don't have the crazy, weird tentacle foot stuff, but I think I would get more judged on like, okay, that's not like super out there freaky, but like, that's the lady that did it for you, huh? You scrolled past a bunch of 9s and 10s, and you clicked on this truck stop hooker. Like, what is this? This is crazy.
Eleonora wants to know if we believe in Jesus. Chris Keith says the guy on the left looks like Walmart version of Matt McCusker. I don't know who that is.
Matt McCusker.
So it says Matt.
Yeah. Oh, that's the guy. He hosts Shane Gillis's podcast with him. You do.
Oh, yeah. That's I know one. Shane. I haven't heard, but all right. Do we believe? Do we believe in Jesus? No. I think we've no. All right, last story. Jake every other
No,
week tells me I
I,
need to watch
I'm even
a
less religious than that guy in the White House who's selling Bibles.
the Bibles or crypto Bibles. Um,
No, he's selling real ones. What is his name?
oh, you mean the Donald Trump with but that see those have the Constitution in them. Those have the Constitution, I think. So special Bibles.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, Jesus was a big. He was a big nationalist. It's Jesus.
Every week, Jake tells me that I should watch this documentary on Netflix. Every week they have a new documentary. He's like, "Oh, did you see it?" And I gave up Netflix 2 years ago, and they're raising their prices again. Netflix raising prices on subscription plans. It'll be 70. Here's the deal. They said the only reason I sent this is there's a quote in here where as we continue to invest in programming and deliver more value for our members, we will occasionally ask our members to pay a little more so we can reinvest further to improve Netflix. Fuck you, Netflix. Nobody wanted you to give hundreds of millions of dollars to Zack Snyder to make Rebel Moon 1 or 2 or a half the shit you produce. Oh my God, stop making shit movies for hundreds of millions of dollars. I would still have your service if it wasn't clogged up with your shitty original programming. Uh, Manhunter was great. Fucking bring that back. Was that Netflix? Because
There's
that was
stuff, man. I like a lot of their documentaries, man. They got some solid documentaries on there.
well. All right. We're going to sign off the Spotify. We'll turn to the live chat on YouTube. So I am Nathan Timmel. I can be found at nathantimmel.com. Jake is Jake Vevra. He can be found on all social media at Jake Vevra. And you can find him on YouTube. He has his own channel. Just look for Jake Vevra. And you'll find his 1 hour comedy special, Unalived by Dog Pills. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Unalived by Dog Pills. Watch it. Like it.
There you go. All right, we are signing off Spotify, and we're going to go to the live chat. Goodbye, everyone.
Trump signed an executive order and lower the price of Netflix. You can do this.
All right. That would be one executive. Why doesn't Party Putting 2025? Geez, I'm burping. Either way. Why? Click that like button. Yes, tired of liars. Thank you. Tell people to click that like button. So let's we missed a lot in the chat. Hello from
Yeah,
Party Pooper.
we're loving all the chat talk here, man.
Yeah, it blew up. We missed a lot of chat because it blew up like Jesus is the man. Well, I got nothing to say about it. I look at it sort of like, wasn't that old Dalai Lama quote, or Gandhi, was it? Like, oh, I like your Jesus very much. His followers,
I've never met the man. I was born thousands of years after he was alive.
yeah. I did not enjoy the polar vortex, but I got 2 days off work. Oh, Paul, do you work outside? I seem to remember that you. Yeah, that would be no fun. No one knows exactly what Temu is. Exactly. I do not know exactly what Temu is, but I know it's kind of like people use it as a reference, like Wish or Dollar Store, like I said. So that's why I'm scrolling back up. Let's go Chiefs. No, here we go. I'm going to take a hard line here. Oh, do you see the name on Let's Go Chiefs?
No.
The African country of Niger lover, getting really close to.
Yeah. You almost got us walking into one with that one. You
almost got us walking into that one. If I didn't know my African country. No, I'm going to take a hard line here. Fuck the Chiefs. Years ago, when they won their first Super Bowl, I was so happy for them. They'd been in a drought for so long. I was like, yay, good for the Chiefs. I'm just sick of. Now they're like the Patriots with Brady. I am so sick of the Chiefs. I knew my Packers were going to get knocked out in the first round, and they did. I put everything on the Lions. And they fucking lost too. So now Bills. I'm all in on the Bills. I want the Bills. And if the Chiefs do go to the Super Bowl, I am anybody but the Chiefs. So sorry, Niger. No.
Funny to hear you trash Tom Brady now after that comment earlier. You do kind of look
I'm
like
not trash talking him. I'm just saying
Brady with
when
they
won all the time. I was happy when Brady won with the Buccaneers. I thought it was great for him to jump to another team and
Yeah.
take them to that's what I wanted Aaron Rodgers to do with the Jets. They were so dysfunctional with the fucking teenage kid calling the shots from Madden for the
Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah. That was I like the conspiracy theories behind the Chiefs thing though, that they're like, oh no, man, the league has it rigged for them. Because it's like, you think they want their best team in like the number 28 market in the US? Like, you think they want to sell a bunch of jerseys in a city with 7 people? That's what they're planning. No, they would be doing it for LA or New York, man.
Yeah. I live in Kansas City. Of course, I'm getting fair enough. I get it. If you live in Kansas City, you love the domination. That's full on fair. I get it. Three-peat, here we come. Maybe it could happen. I'm just saying I am against it. I want anybody but the Chiefs, Niger, but I get why you do.
I love how you're still using his name. Like, dude,
Ah,
think he's I don't really think he's a big fan of the country in Central Africa. I think he's kind of trolling right now, hoping you'll say that shit out loud.
I think he's playing with people trying to catch him. Hey, I hate to cut this short, but I got two notifications on my phone. One was, "Hey, you're down to 20% battery." Now it says you're down to 10% battery. So my phone's dying. So yeah, Buffalo really, Sophie and Ken. The Bills have yet to win the Super Bowl. Exactly. That's why they're due. They lost four in a row. That is an
Yeah.
accomplishment to lose four in a row. So I feel about the Bills the way I felt about the Lions last week, the way I felt about the Chiefs 4 years ago, which is just do it for the city. It would be so good. Like when Cleveland, when LeBron brought the championship to the Cavaliers, was it the Cavaliers? When he brought the basketball championship, did you see the footage of that arena? People went to the arena to watch it on the TV screen. It
Right.
would make Buffalo so happy. Yes, Sophie and Ken, I am all in for the Bills. I want them to do it for Buffalo.
Hey,
And yeah,
I just want the Commanders to get their dicks kicked in. I don't like those guys. They beat the
I got
Lions.
nothing against the
Fuck 'em.
Commanders, and I like their quarterback. I can't think of his name, but good for him. A rookie kid. What's
Whoever
that
beats the
meme?
Lions in the playoffs, I got to root against. It's just,
Oh, that's true
you
because
know,
they took out the Lions. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's why I'm against the Eagles because they took out the Packers. But I just don't like the Eagles in general. Um, do you see? There's a meme of the two golfers, one very serious and the other one I can't think of their names. He's just smoking a cigarette, and it says the Lions having the best season of their life.
I could see.
Yeah, the Commanders fucking around with a rebuilding year. I thought that was pretty funny. Just,
I did see.
uh,
I saw the one where the Lions was the weird looking guy, and it was oh, for the Minnesota Vikings with I don't
with
remember,
Darnold and yeah.
Lions with 12 defensive injuries, and
Oh, right. Yeah, no.
like
All right. Well, my phone's dying, so we're going to sign off. Thank you, everyone, for chatting. Sorry, it got so busy. We missed a lot of the chat. So, apologies for that. But keep tuning in every Sunday. Keep chatting. We will try to answer your questions and laugh when you have really good insults against both of us.
love the chats, love the chats. Go Bills! Buffalo gave the rest of us buffalo wings. We owe them a Super Bowl.
Yes. All right.
Later.